Well, hello, YouTubians. It's time for another episode of the Barbecue Trucker. And today I will be talking about things that you need to have with you in your truck when you're going out. This is mainly for the new guys and gals. But, even the veterans may think, oh, something, I don't carry that with me. Maybe I should start. Okay, so sit back and get ready to enjoy another episode of the Barbecue Trucker. Once again, hello, YouTubians. This is the Barbecue Trucker. And, I'm wearing my glasses this time because I've got a list made. And, like I say, I only wear them because I had, to help me with, so I can read, walk, stuff like that. See, no, actually, mine are not that bad. I actually don't. These are actually prescription glasses that I'm supposed to wear all the time, but they're trifocals. I cannot get used to them like this. I'm fixing to get an appointment next month and go ahead and get me some new glasses that hopefully will be better. I always thought these glasses were crooked until I started watching these videos without them on, and I realized it's not the glasses that are crooked in my face. But anyway, and they're actually I've had these things for like over 10 years or so, but anyway, 8 years. But anyway, they work for what I need them for right now, and I'll get some new ones soon. I got to get the transition lenses because I got to have sunglasses on when I'm outside. But anyway, what we're going to talk about today is things that I feel you need on your truck when you're out there running. And that's up to you, of course, but these are just some general ideas. Also, I want y'all to give a shout out to my great nephew, Jacob. He's got a new channel. Hey, Jacob! Trying to get his attention. Anyway, I think it's called Chef Phoenix. Let me get back to you on that one here in just a second. Hang on. Okay, I have double checked. Come in, Cameron. Say hi.
Hello.
He's 13. And pretty much every cooking competitions you've entered, you've won, huh?
I'm only into 2, but I won both.
Well, there you go. That's the way it should be. Anyway, he's an awesome cook, and he's got to do. I got a message. Woo. Anyway, he's an awesome little cook. Chef Phoenix. Go check him out. Check his channel out. It's brand new, and you can learn a lot because this kid knows quite a bit. But anyway, okay. Thank you, Jacob. Bye. Anyway, here we go. Things that I think you need on your truck. And it's not going to be in any special order, but you're going to need a Rand McNally Truckers Road Atlas. Now, the spiral ones laminated, those are kind of expensive. So what I do is I wait to the end of the year, like when the 2020s come out this time, and the 2019 ones, they'll be half price or less, because they're wanting to sell them, and then get you just the paper version of the new one so that you can learn any kind of anything new that's in there about it, and they're a lot less expensive. But you're going to need a laminated one with the big spirals on there. I mean, I'll say you're going to need it. You don't have to. But if you'd like to do like I do and use a dry erase marker and mark my route along it, that way you can just wipe it right off and start over. Where if you had the paper one, it would be pretty unreadable after a little while. But and I think you're going to need to get a trucker's GPS. I mean, your phones has it. I don't know if they have a trucker's GPS app or not. I know they have truck stop apps, or apps that you can, and I can't remember the name of it. I'll try to find that for you. On that app, it shows you where the truck stops are and rest areas and all that kind of stuff. Trucker's Way or Trucker's Path or something like that. Anyway, do a search for it. You'll find it. But I think a GPS. Now, a lot of companies on the Qualcomm or PeopleNet or whatever you want to call their computer system they use, they'll have a GPS too. But I'm going to tell you, do not rely on all these mechanical, modern technology GPSs. Are they going to be right most of the time? Yes. Are they going to be right every time? No. Is that a road atlas that you got going to be right every time? Yeah, pretty much. So you're going to need that. Okay. Now I'll put on here, now this is not in any specific order, but as far as electronics go, also if you're going to talk on the phone, number one, you're not going to be texting while you're driving. That's absolutely a no-no. If you're texting while you're driving, you're definitely not a professional driver. Get mad at me if you want. I don't care. That's my opinion, and I think it's the opinion of most people. Texting and driving is just as bad as drug or drunk driving. I'm telling you it is. I've seen a lot of people hurt because of that. Is that message, sending that message or receiving and reading that message worth somebody else's life or your life? Well, hell no, it's not. I wish the fines could be jail time for that. I really do. Okay, I'm going to get off my preaching deal on that. But make sure you got a hands-free device to talk. If the radio has Bluetooth radio, or when you get a call, you can just punch a button and maybe even up on the steering wheel on a lot of them, and you can talk and hear the phone call or whatever. And I mean, really, to be honest with you, phone calls are kind of distracted driving, but not near nothing like texting. So don't text and drive. But anyway, if not, get you one of those Parrot Bluetooth or whatever, any kind you want, Bluetooth headset to where you can talk on the phone hands-free, because number one, it is the law, and they're pretty serious about that. And I've heard that the fines are $1,000 or more if you get caught talking on your phone while you're driving in a commercial vehicle. Don't matter whether you're in a school zone, you're out on a dirt road, or whatever. You get caught talking on your phone without a hands-free device, and it's going to be expensive, and it don't look good on there. It looks like you don't care about your job. So anyway, make sure you got a hands-free device and all. Okay, now I did put bug killer, and I'm going to tell you why. And I would suggest like ant and roach killer. It's what I used to always carry. There was one time I was out. I was on the edge of this parking lot at the place where I was delivering and loading. And I was securing my load a long time ago. I was flatbedding, and I didn't realize I stepped in a fire ant bed. And man, before I could get to the truck and get my clothes off, and you imagine how many of them fire ants was in my truck. Didn't have bug killer. And then there was one other time where I don't know what, because I keep my truck, I'm not going to say impeccably clean, but pretty close to impeccably clean. There was no food spilt, no nothing like that. But one time I looked up, and from the ground, you could see it, a big trail, and then went up the tire, come up over the fender, down the rail, and up into the sleeper. And I had ants all in my sleeper. Get you some ant and roach killer. That's going to really help you. Okay, now here's one that I know a lot of people don't have, and I really think that you should have in your sleeper is a smoke detector and a carbon monoxide detector. Now, don't go to putting screw holes in there and mounting them or anything. You can find places to put them. You can lay the carbon monoxide detector on one of the little shelves there or whatnot. And actually, you can put the smoke detector up on one of your little cubby hole things, not inside or anything, but just sitting up there where it won't fall down or anything, because even though it is extremely rare, it's not impossible. That truck catches on fire, it's mechanical, or somehow or another carbon monoxide leak comes in there. That way you won't wake up dead. You don't want to do that. That's not good for anybody. Okay. Disinfectant wipes. Now, I use that, to clean up after, any surfaces where if I've been eating in my truck or anything. But also, and this goes along with this, have you just a small backpack that you can carry when you go to the restroom. I myself, most of the places you go have what they call John Wayne toilet paper. Rough, tough, and won't take any shit off any asshole. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for the cussing. But, I've actually seen it where it's see-through toilet paper. You can see through it. You got to go and get half the dang roll before you can even think about it, because if you can see through it, you know what else can go through it. So I use baby wipes. And so therefore I carry a little bag. It's just a small one. It's like a little small backpack. But also in that bag I have, of course I'm going to have my toothbrush and all that so I can brush my teeth when I'm in there. And get those disinfectant wipes, because I'm sorry, but there's a lot of people that just, let's be honest, they nasty. They don't bathe as often as they should or whatnot. And, I don't want to get a whole bunch of John Wayne toilet paper and wipe off the seat and all that and consider it clean. So get the disinfectant wipe. That way you can wipe off the seat and underneath the seat and whatnot. And you got a safer place to sit and all. So I really think disinfectant wipes are a must, along with daddy wipes. And, I just use that bag. I carry it when I go to the shower. I got my toothpaste, my razor, and like I say, a toothbrush and soap and all that in there. And I just, a little small bag, I just carry it with me. But I carry it with me every time I go into a public restroom because you know why. Okay. Now then, and speaking of restroom, and this is one thing I put on here. Now, I know a lot of people carry a piss jug. Jug you can pee in. Hopefully they're pouring some Pine Sol on the bottom of it because it gets nasty awful quick. I don't. I go to Sam's and whatnot, and I buy a big old sleeve of them big insulated coffee cups. Not insulated, but, styrofoam coffee cups with the lids. And then when I wake up, if I just have to go real bad and I don't feel like, holding it till I get, my shoes on and all that. When you bend over, put your shoes on, you know what I mean. That way I got a cup there and I can, even if I don't go all the way, at least I can get the urge off of it. And then I put the lid on that cup and I don't throw it in the trash can. This is the point I was going to make. I carry it in and dump it in the toilet. If you get caught disposing urine, or I've even seen people take a dump in between their truck and trailer and just leave the turd there on the ground, it makes you want to just slap them. But if you get caught disposing of urine or other feces or anything, anywhere, in a trash can, on the ground, or whatever, you can actually be charged with what I believe is a felony. It might be a strong misdemeanor, but I think it's a felony for illegal dumping of biohazard. And besides, you want to be walking out where someone's dumping their piss jug? Come on, man. You drivers out there need to do that. Need to just stop. It's so much simpler to. Okay, it looks like you're walking in with a cup of coffee. Walk in, you got your bag and a cup of coffee. Go in there, dump it in the restroom, rinse it out real good, dump that back in the toilet, and then throw it in a trash can. I know it sounds like. Oh, by the way, I just got to interrupt here. Yep, got my Kevin Harvick shirt on. And my Kyle Busch hat on. Here go haters. Come on, haters. Bring it on. Bring it on. Two of the best drivers in the industry. Been my favorite since they came out just about. Well, Tony Stewart's my all-time favorite, but he was a car owner for Kevin anyway. And I'm wearing it today because I know the race was last night, but they started due to rain so late. It finished up at like 2 a.m. in the morning. So they replayed it today, and I watched it. So congratulations, Erik Jones. First win of the year. And maybe first Cup win of his career. I'd have to check on that. But now he's in the chase, and that's just awesome to see that. Kyle was running second there for the longest time, and with like 3 laps left, they're at Darlington, and Kyle hit the wall. Well, at Darlington, if you don't hit the wall, which, you get what they call the Darlington stripe, where it, peels the paint off, whatever, on the side of your car. If you don't have a Darlington stripe, you're not trying because they run right against the wall. It's such a cool track. It was a throwback weekend with the throwback paint jobs. Just an awesome race, a tough racetrack. You can see on all the interviews right after them, these drivers were worn out. But anyway, back off of NASCAR. I love NASCAR. And let's see what else we can carry with us in our truck. Okay. Hand sanitizer. I always keep some right there in my little cubby hole where I can reach real quick. I've noticed several other drivers that do that, after I've been out, doing something, gone to the restroom or whatnot, or, I take just a little squirt like that, and maybe even a paper towel and wipe them off. And that way my steering wheel stays good and clean. And I think that's a necessity. Not a necessity, but I just like using that. Cleaning supplies. You're going to have cleaning supplies to keep your floor clean and everything else clean, and, windows clean. And I suggest using, for your windshield wiper fluid, I would suggest using the Rain-X, because it will help that rain to beat off. And in a light to moderate rain, you have to have your wipers on. It goes right off the windshield. And they have Bug-X and all that. But here's your little tip: if you'll take that gallon jug, and on most of the trucks they hold a little over a gallon, so if you're empty, you can put that whole gallon jug in there. Take and just put your little bit squirt. Doesn't have to be much, 10, 12 drops the most of Dawn dishwashing liquid in your washer fluid, and then pour it in your deal. And that will really help loosen up the bugs. It really will. And then, helps get the road tar off, not road tar, but the oily film that you can get on there. It really helps with that. Of course, there's, that's not going to work every time. You're going to still have to get out there with old elbow grease, and a handful of paper towels and some Windex, and keep them things clean where you can see. Mirrors too. Okay. So that, and what some cleaning supplies you need. Keep your trucks clean. Keep your environment clean. Okay, here's one that's very, 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 very questionable. As a matter of fact, I'm almost sure it's not allowed nowadays. Back in the 90s and whatnot, the company I worked for, they were fine with it, but a pistol for self-protection, some areas you go to and whatnot, it's probably illegal now. I don't know. I don't know what conceal and carry goes, and you need to just check with your employer, because most of them are probably going to say no. Anyway, that's enough about firearms. I think that a driver should be able to carry a firearm. I would carry a Judge, pistol that shoots 45 and 410 shells. I'll alternate them. That way they get a little smorgasbord of fun if they're going to try to hurt you. Okie dokie. Extra shoes. You're out there doing whatever you have to do, whether it's pre-tripping, excuse me, or whether it's with flatbed securing your load or whatnot, and it starts raining, your feet get soaking wet. That way you can take those shoes or boots off, let them dry out. If it's in the wintertime, I suggest put them under the passenger side heater vent on the floor vent. That'll dry them out real good. But you want some extra ones to wear. That way you're not barefooted. You don't want to be barefooted in the truck, driving anyway. Rain gear for just that reason. Rain gear. Save up a little money and get the good quality, the thicker rain gear. And you'll be happy you did. Okay, food. I did a video a couple of videos ago, I believe. Maybe it was the last one. I can't remember. Anyway, about when I got stranded up in a blizzard and all I had to eat was flaming hot potato chips and nothing to drink. It didn't last me for the 2 days I was there stranded. So make sure even if you don't eat in the truck, at least carry you some Vienna sausages if you like them, or whatnot, or cans of beans. Easily heat up in a microwave. Something like that to where you can eat. And there's been times where I've been stuck at the shipper, can't go nowhere, and I'm hungry. So, man, I'll tell you what, I'll whip out some Ritz crackers and some of that canned cheese. That's real good stuff. Make me some little sandwiches and give me some barbecue flavored Vienna sausages, a couple cans, and Vienna sausage couple sandwiches. Just that way you're not hungry. So I would suggest carrying, I call it a survival kit. And I know this goes without saying, CB radio. To be honest with you, probably my CB is turned off more than half the time, just because I get sick of some of the crap that's being said out there when you sit there and know it's bull. And I don't know, it just makes me want to get on there and tell them, you're full of crap, and I don't want to do that. So a lot of times I turn it off, and sometimes I turn it on, just listen to what's going on. But you're going to need it in case, you see traffic starting to stop, way up ahead. You can get on there and find out what's going on. Plus, you get a lot of shippers and receivers use a CB to contact you. All right, here's an important one that I know a lot of people don't do, and I wish all of them would. Little doggy bags, not doggy bag you get from the restaurant when you couldn't eat it all, but doggy poop bags. If you have a pet, a dog on there, and you take the dog walk out and the dog does number 2, please, if nothing else, use Walmart sacks. Put a couple of them together. You can put it over your hand, pick it up, pull it around there, tie it up. Throw it in the trash can, I reckon. I'm not going to say you have to go and dump it out in the toilet, but, man, no one wants to walk and step in your dog's poop. So come on, clean up after your dogs. Which, speaking of number 2, little portable potty. My brother-in-law, Brian, he gave me a one that the legs fold out. You put a trash bag on it, which I'll put 2 trash bags on it. And it's got a little seat. And you can just sit right there in the sleeper floor. And just in case something happens, I had it happen one time where it was not number 2, it was number 1, but I was caught in Nashville rush hour traffic, or breakdown traffic. I was just stuck on the highway. And I mean, I am doing the pee-pee dance in my seat. That's when I got the idea of the cups. I had a couple of cups in there, and one of them had drink in it. I just dumped it out. I had to go. I was either going to go in my pants or go in that. Well, the same thing could happen and hit you. And number two, let's say you got a hold of some bad tamales, and they kind of give you the squirts or whatnot. And maybe you're sitting at a truck stop, and you get out, run through the parking lot, all the way. And the closer you get to the bathroom, your body knows that, and it starts trying to go ahead and push it on out. You may not make it. So I think that little porta potty, even a bucket of work to stick trash bags in, but they make these little folding leg ones, slides right up under the bunk. Piece of cake. So have one of those. When you talk about my bathroom bag, make sure you have plenty of pens, papers, and pencils, to where you can take notes and do that. And here's one that I think is kind of critical. You're going to have an Xbox or PlayStation. When you're sitting there doing your 34-hour reset, you're not going to sleep all the time. You may be tired of what's on TV or whatnot. That way you can play you some video games while you're in the sleeper. Paper towels. Take plenty of rolls of paper towels with you. And a trash can, of course. Some of them have the little bitty trash can thing, under the dash. They used to. And excuse me, I smoked too many cigarettes. But anyway, and don't smoke cigarettes. If you never started, don't. Anyway, number one thing I wish I could take back in my life. Anyway, I always keep a trash can, like medium size, like one that'd be by a desk. That a 13-gallon bag will fit in and have more. It'll be not even 3/4 full when it's full. And I would actually set it somewhere, and I had Velcro on the bottom of it, and on the floor. That way it didn't turn over or anything. Knew a guy that had one right next to his passenger seat, and he put bungee cords around the passenger seat and all to hold it there. There's all kinds of ways, but you're definitely going to need to have a trash can, I think. Well, wow. I got to the end of my list. And I'm sure there's other stuff. And if I can think of other stuff, I'll put it on the list, and I'll put it in the video next time. But, so I guess this concludes the barbecue trucker for this episode. I'm not going to put any pictures on the end of it. I'm just not going to today. Oh, I might. I'll tell you what, I probably will. That's what I've been doing. People that have been watching, I've been getting a lot of positive feedback. I wish they'd do the positive feedback on here so everybody could see it. But I'm either getting text messages or phone calls, hey, we love all the pictures you're putting on the end of it there. So I'll put a few pictures on the end of this one. And until next time, keep the rubber side down. Always remember to never take a sleeping pill and a laxative at the same time. And by all means, remember to thank your first responders, tow truck drivers, move over for them, military, and even if you see an RN or a nurse or a doctor that works like at the VA or whatever, or even if they don't work at the VA, they're there helping you. Tell them thank you. Okay, this is the barbecue trucker, and we'll see you in the next video.